All right, good. Hi, we're actually doing this. Welcome. So, actually, Brittany, you're going to be able to use Ruby for this. Arlene and Whitney, I'd like you to just go to your refrigerator and get like a big liquid, like a quart of milk or juice or something like that. We'll find anything heavy that you could hold for a second. Brittany, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So, Brittany, how much does Ruby weigh?
She's probably like 12 and a half pounds now.
All right. So you're holding Ruby up to your chest?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Whitney and Arlene, what do you have? You have like some like liter of
seltzer.
seltzer. Oh, you got a kettlebell. How heavy is that? How heavy? Let me unmute you. Hold on.
£15. That's a lot of weight.
That's too much. Okay, so you're gonna hold it close to your body. All right. So while we're doing this talk, you're gonna hold that 15 pounds close to your body. Brittany, you're gonna hold Ruby close to your body, and Whitney, you're gonna hold that bottle out, just straight out like that.
I can do that.
All right. Hold it there. All right. So welcome to TechNet. Welcome. We finally got this freaking thing working. And I want to thank you for hanging in there and keep on showing up. And now we got the glitches out. And this is such a freaking important workshop that, you know, the whole freaking world needs to be on this workshop because people are just, are you still holding that, Whitney?
Yeah, it's right here.
Holding it out?
Yep.
With all your weight, right? It's just like dangling out there? Okay.
Yeah, just hanging.
All right, just making sure. All right. Now, there's so much, people are spending so much time on media, and we're going to get further into that in just a little bit, and they don't realize how it's really affecting their health. So this workshop, we're going to kind of really get a sense of what TechNet is, how it affects our health, and then what we could do about it. All right? And this is something that'd be really good to share with people that you love, because I don't think there's anybody who's not dealing with it. Right? So, how much would you say a bowling ball weighs?
At minimum, it's going to weigh at least 8 pounds.
Yeah, I'll say 8 to 10.
10 pounds, 15, somewhere 8 to 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much you think your head weighs?
About the same. Isn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, it's the same. Now,
Oh. There we go.
what we're doing now with Arlene
You knew you were going to do that.
and Brittany are holding about 12 to 15 pounds of weight close to them. And Whitney, you're holding
Maybe 2
Whitney, you're
pounds.
holding maybe a little bit heavier.
Yeah, it's a video.
But we'll just use that. And you're holding something way out. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be checking in through the workshop. Now, there was a research study done. This was quite a long time ago. All right? And what it showed, and it's pretty self-explanatory, that for 15 degrees, you get 27 pounds of pressure coming down on your spine. 30 degrees, 40 pounds of pressure. 45 degrees, almost 50 pounds of pressure. And 60 degrees, which is how most people look at their phones, get 60 pounds of pressure. And how they figured out what happens is that your head balances on your neck. And when it's upright, it's balanced. But as Now there are muscles in the front and muscles in the back. To bring your head forward, the muscles in the back are actually have to pull back to keep it from just flopping down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But not only is it keeping it from tightening up by flopping down, it's also compressing it straight down. It compresses it straight down. So it's pulling this way and it's pushing the weight down. And that's why we get so much pressure on the whole spine when you have your head forward. So how does that affect us? We all know how subluxations affect us, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we have pressure on the cervical spine, does anybody remember how that affects us, the upper part of your neck? So when the upper part of your neck is subluxated, right, like around C1, all right, that'll stress out the whole body and put us more into a fight or flight. All right, it keeps us, it creates anxiety, high blood pressure. With kids, it could create behavioral problems. Now, what it's also doing when you're getting all this pressure coming down, it cuts down circulation to the brain. So you're actually getting less blood to your freaking brain. How do you think that affects you?
Oh, not good.
Not good.
Yep. You're going to be sluggish, if anything.
You're going to be sluggish. You're not going to be able to think. It's going to cause headaches, too, right? It's going to cause headaches, neck pain, shoulder pain. Everything's compressing into here. All right? Now, not only that, but everything is coming down and being compressed in the front, right? When you're like this. So what's here? Your lungs. So is that going to affect how you breathe? Yes. Not only that, C5 here goes to your diaphragm. So that's going to start affecting your breathing. Down here, C6, 7, this goes down your arms into your hands. It causes things like carpal tunnel, numbness and tingling, weakness, shoulder problems. All right? Now, the other thing, not only are you getting pressure from C5 on your diaphragm, but what else is here? Your heart. So everything's tightening up around here. Yeah. So not only is it affecting your breathing, but it actually could affect your heart when you have all this pressure. And I see that with people I know who have had heart problems. They're incredibly closed down in the whole sternal area, just like a rock. There's no movement in there. Make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're understanding how important this is, right? So here, this is something put out by a Foundation for Chiropractic Practice. You know, there's headaches, neck pain, numbness, tingling in your fingers, but we actually understand there's actually a lot more. It could really affect your health in many, many different ways, right? There's a nerve called the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve comes out from the base of your skull, comes out by C1 and 2, and then comes around and goes inside your clavicle. So if you're like this, now let me explain what the vagus nerve does. It regulates the whole nervous system and all the organs and glands. And that's what keeps us balanced between the fight or flight, the sympathetic fight or flight, and parasympathetic rejuvenation and repair. So the vagus nerve affects our breathing, all right? It affects our blood pressure. It affects our digestion. So there's a lot more than just these kind of musculoskeletal problems that could be happening from this. So before we were talking about, I wonder if I could move this so I could read it better. Can you guys read the whole slide? Or is it being hidden?
I can see the whole slide, except for the average part.
Right, so that's, well, I can't see, but then it says the same thing here. Average adult now spends 7 hours and 56 minutes, basically 8 hours a day consuming media. So that means that we're sitting like this for hours and hours upon hours a day. I am too, as a chiropractor, when I think about it, I'm bending over tables. We're bending over tables all day, right? Or we're on the computer. Look at this, millennials. Brittany, are you a millennial?
Technically, yes.
Technically, all right. I think technically you don't get to chat. You're a millennial. Ruby's not a millennial.
No.
Hey, by the way, how you doing, Whitney, with that weight?
It's
With that weight?
amazing how one little thing, after a while, it might as well weigh 15 pounds.
Right, exactly. So keep on holding it for a little bit. Don't hurt yourself, though. All right?
Eh.
So here, we're talking about 18 freaking hours a day that these kids are spending on the internet. This is our future here, the millennials. All right? Oh, and this is on 2014. This was done 6 years ago. Probably worse now. And now, God, I'm telling you, all the people are coming in so screwed up because of this whole COVID thing, spending all this time on their computers. They're much worse than they were. This COVID thing has been incredibly great for business for me. You know, because it's horrible how people are just, what it's doing. So this says, this is in the way. I don't know why it's that. We see the spine and overall skeletal structure being critical to a patient's functionality and their satisfaction with their life and healthcare. So this is an orthopedic surgeon out of North Carolina. Kind of nice to hear an orthopedic surgeon talk like that.
All right, I'm surrendering.
All right, let it go. So you guys could relax. So Whitney was holding like a half a bottle of water, right? Arlene, you had that 15 pounds right up against your chest, and she had a much harder time because of that weight coming forward. Okay. How we hold our bodies and interact with these devices is under our control. Posture re-education is key to decreasing the incidence of back, shoulder, and neck pain. So what I want to say, I've been doing this workshop now for about, I started it, I'd say I did it a couple of times last year in the fall. I went out and did this. I did it at the college. So I know about this. And I can't tell you how many freaking times I find myself on my cell phone like this. It's really hard to break these habits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to just pick up your cell phone right here and just pick it up like this and look at it like this instead of like that. It's hard to break these habits. Yeah. And if you're looking down like this for a long period of time, there's a lot of stress on you. All right, so here, this is an illustration here of a good workspace. But there's something really wrong with this right off the bat. And the biggest problem with this is, can anybody guess? You're sitting, exactly. That's the problem. The best workspace right now is if you could create yourself a standing table, because sitting itself is tremendously stressful on your body. It's so stressful. We're not built to be sitting for long periods of time. So, you know, if you are, it's important to get right here, set alarms for 3-minute breaks every 15 to 20 minutes. You can get up and move around. But the best thing you could do is, you know, is get one of those sitting, standing desks that go back and forth, so you could stand and sit, stand and sit. Or, you know, if you're at home, does everybody have a kitchen counter that's high? And prop up the computer on books. You want it so your head is looking straight at the screen. You're not looking down. But standing is really, really important. Let me move this here. Change positions, move around. And I'm going to show you some exercises you could actually do at your desk. Adjust the height of screens. They need to be eye level. This says use a chair with a headrest with the eyes level, so you can rest your head. You're not holding it. Almost there, though. But standing is really important. Get your spine checked by your chiropractor. So I'm going to show you guys exercises that you could do while you're sitting, and some stuff that you're going to do on your own. All right, you know, laying down. One thing that you're laying down. Okay. So what's really important is to open up your chest. I'm going to move back. You see? Yeah, good. I mean, this is simple. Intertwine your fingers. If you want to do it, find your head. Oh, man. And just pull your elbows back. And push your chest out. All right? Both Kathy and Diana here. Do you feel how that opens up? Now then, you can take it a little bit further, all right? And go to your door jamb. Can everybody see me doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. What's that? Do both of them back. Feels good. Kathy just showed me not only doing this, but then bringing your arms back. Oh, both arms in the door. Oh, yeah. Can you see it? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that feels really good. Wow. This is the best one. That just opens you right up. Feel a lot better. Now the other thing too is to bring your chin. See how like this is like a chicken head, right? You want to do the opposite. You bring your chin in and you elongate your neck. Let me see you guys do it.
This one you can do anywhere. You can do it when you're driving.
It's a great thing to do when you're driving, actually. And when you're driving, what you could do is you could pull your shoulder blades out and pull your head in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Make believe you're holding the wheel of your car. That's it. So you're opening up your shoulder blades and pulling your head back. Oh. This stuff really is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other thing you could do is like a cat and cow, but you could do it seated. So we start with extension, flexion, right? So I'm at the tip of the chair. I'm arching my back up, bringing my head back, and then go the other way, arching my whole back and dropping my head. You know what? We'll have photographs for everybody. I had a hand out. Oh. All right. Now the last thing is something that Arlene, did you get a wedge?
I have it, yeah.
All right. So that's the other thing that's really important is just using that wedge. Whitney, if you don't have a wedge, a good thing to do is just to roll up a towel,
Mm-hmm.
put the towel under your neck, and hang your head over the side of your bed. All right.
I had one, and then I have to check.
Yeah,
I actually may have let my wedge out.
I have different ones now that I used to give
Yeah,
out.
the little ones.
What's that?
Those little ones, because I remember I got one when I first came back.
All
I
right,
gotta think where I put that.
all right, see if you have, because the ones I have now are really curved to help to get that curve
Yep.
back in.
Yeah, and they got the one straight side and they got the one curved side.
Right, that's it. So you guys have got some great information right there. The question is, are you going to use it?
I used most of it.
You used most of it already?
Yeah, I don't do this though, the forward.
Uh-huh.
Not at my desk.
All right. Arlene, you don't have a standing desk, do you?
No.
Have you thought of that?
I got the laptop and now because I got the 32-inch monitor and the laptop.
And the laptop. They do make these things on Amazon where it's like a whole table that
Yeah, I also don't have the space.
you don't have the space. It just kind of pops it up.
Yeah, it goes on top of the desk. But with the monitor is clamped on, so
Oh.
because I try to get it up.
So what you need to do is just really take breaks and
Yeah.
do those exercises and move around.
Sometimes when I get on a roll, like it's hard to even remember to stop to, eat.
That's what I mean. That's what you got to be. Don't let yourself do that,
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you need to set some kind of alarm. It's worth your health,
Yeah.
The work will always be there. Whitney, are you?
I found it.
Cool. All right. Whitney, are
Actually,
you?
I'm glad we had this conversation because I have forgotten about this. Most times I come home, I crash on the floor.
Right, there you go. So now you'll crash with that.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney, are you on Zoom all day, or you're not on the computer all day, right?
Oh, yeah, I am.
You are.
I'm in my office.
Can you create a standing desk?
I've been looking into it. I'd actually have to change my entire setup because I have an old time desk from the 70s where it was still for typewriters. So you have the lower level that would have, been low enough so the typewriter would have sat up there and you would have been in good position. But yeah, this has been a challenge for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's well worth the effort. It's definitely well worth the effort. I mean, I actually, it might not be the same, but I actually raised all my tables like 6 inches, so I won't be bending over them. Quite a few years ago. It really helped. Oh, we're running out of time. Oh, no, we're okay. But it's been a half hour. I want to thank everybody for being here. And if you know of anybody else, we finally got this going. We figured out our glitch. So invite a friend, invite people. If you want us to send an email to a friend of yours for the next workshop, or any of the workshops, we'll be more than happy to do that. And anybody and everybody's invited.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, I shouldn't know what the next workshop is when I'm doing this. Wait, Kathy's gonna run upstairs and check out what it is.
These are good reminders and refreshers, Dave. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of times it's not any new information, but it's sometimes we just, all right, so next week is our intro workshop. It's awesome. We're gonna try to get 100 people on that. Everybody on that. It's our introductory workshop.
Okay.
So thank you guys. Thanks so much. I'm so happy that we finally freaking did this.
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
Whitney, you
Dave.
can put your bottle down. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dave.
God, now we got some coffee.
And now, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah,
You know what?
we're gonna not schedule anybody after.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't, that's not fair to you.
Oh, it's very stressful.
So why don't we end at 5:30?